Hey guys, today we are back with another episode of Truck History. Today on episode number 11, we will be taking you on a historical roller coaster back through time with the rise and fall of Sterling trucks. On this episode, we start you off in 1907 where Sterling all began. Let's dive right in. Sternberg Motor Truck Company was originally founded in 1907 by William Sternberg in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Most of these early Sternberg trucks were right-hand steer cabovers, produced in a range of different sizes, driven by a 4-cylinder engine. An unusual, striking feature of Sternberg frames was that they were lined with solid oak planks pressed into the main steel channels and then further secured by many bolts throughout the length of the planks. Road shocks were said to be substantially reduced to the chassis and load with this type of construction. The remainder of the frame was also of bolted construction, in contrast to the usual riveting used in that era. Several years later, at the onset of World War I, the company's name was changed to Sterling due to the fact that Sternberg was German, and during this time, there was a considerable anti-German sentiment. After this name change in 1914, Sterling's began making conventional trucks in 1 to 7 ton ranges. Most of these early models came equipped with solid tires and cycle-type fenders, both of which were used until the early 1930s. 4 years later, in 1918, Sterling made 479 USA Liberty Model B trucks. Sterling was one of 15 manufacturers selected by the U.S. Army to make the Liberty Model B trucks to the original Graham-Bernstein design. The early styling of Sterling trucks was virtually unchanged from the mid-teens to the late 1920s. The exclusive wood inlay of the frame developed during the Sternberg days was patented on February 7, 1922 and continued to be used in almost all Sterling trucks. 6 years later, in 1928, Sterling adopted the new high-speed 6-cylinder engines on the market and offered an updated 1-ton model. Sterling went on to break the record in 1930 for most horsepower with 185 horsepower with their new 6-cylinder engine. 1931 saw Sterling's brand new F-Series of mid-range trucks, which many said resembled the Brockway trucks at that time. By 1935, truck manufacturers had started the cab-over revival. Sterling set themselves apart within the industry by developing an unusual rear-tilting cab. However, by 1937, Sterling went back to the orthodox tilting fashion with their completely new and freshly styled G-Series cabover. Cummins diesels were now available, and Sterling was one of the first to offer them as an option in their new G-Series. The G model featured a 125 horsepower Cummins diesel engine, and some of them were built with dual rear axles. In early 1939, the Fajol Truck and Coach Company of Oakland, California, ceased production and their sales outlets were purchased by Sterling. Later, Sterling introduced what was said to be the most beautiful truck in Sterling's history, the extremely rare J-Series. The J-Series trucks sported big, stylish fenders and a unique front end. The grille on the J-Series was its standout feature because of its unique waterfall design. Despite the beauty and ongoing success of the J-Series, Sterling trucks took a brief breather from normal production during World War II, when Sterling began making many heavy trucks for the U.S. war effort. Included was the T-26, an 8x8, 12-ton, 8-man cab-forward cargo truck, and one of the largest trucks built at that time. Not long after the Second World War was over, the company was bought by White Motor Company in 1951. Only 2 years later, in 1953, the Sterling nameplate was retired. For the next several decades, the Sterling truck brand would remain dormant. After a nearly 40-year hiatus, Sterling Truck was reformed in 1997 as Freightliner acquired the rights to the heavy truck product lines of Ford Motor Company. Taking on its name from a defunct American truck manufacturer, Sterling Trucks reopened and began building Class 8 tractors, as well as a range of medium and heavy-duty cab, chassis vehicles that same year. These vehicles sported bodies manufactured by third-party builders and were used for freight distribution as well as heavy vocational applications such as construction work. Continuing where Ford left off, Sterling quickly began putting their own spin on the newly acquired Ford models. Formerly the Ford Aeromax truck, the Sterling Setback Axle A-Line truck was considered to be a long-haul vehicle and could be ordered with a sleeper specifically for long-haul applications. The setback axle L line of Sterling trucks was considered to be their workhorse and could be ordered with a heavy-duty or double frame and off-road suspension. The set-forward axle L line model was Sterling's version of an owner-operator truck. It sported a longer wheelbase for more efficient weight distribution and had a lighter, more flexible aerodynamic hood. Between 2006 and 2007, the company also started marketing light-duty cab chassis trucks like the Sterling 360 and Sterling Bullet that were manufactured by Mitsubishi Fuso and Dodge. The Sterling 360 truck was a medium-duty cabover sold in North America as well as overseas in Europe, New Zealand, and Australia. The Sterling Bullet truck was a cab and chassis style of truck and was similar to the Dodge Ram 4500 and 5500. The Actera was a Class 5 through 7 truck with many straight truck applications including flatbed, box truck, and crane truck. This Actera model was a very popular mid-range truck and used a Ford LNT 9000 body and was very well liked. Although once making up approximately 15% of Daimler's truck sales, demand for Sterling trucks had slowed down considerably leading up to the late 2000s. On October 14, 2008, after only 11 years, Daimler Trucks North America announced their plan to discontinue the Sterling product line to consolidate its North America truck manufacturing operations under the Freightliner and Western Star brands. The company stopped taking orders in January of 2009, with the St. Thomas plant closing shortly after in March 2009, and the Portland plant in June 2010. All in all, while Sterling Trucks has undergone numerous changes in both name and products, its vehicles are still on the road working hard. You're all caught up on the history of Sterling Trucks. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to watch our other episodes of truck history, including the history of PACCAR and many more. If you've enjoyed this truck history series, consider watching our newest video series, Diesel History. Our first short film features the 88-year history of Caterpillar diesel engines. We've compiled truck history, diesel history, and our 10 Things You Didn't Know series into one convenient place, jackschromeshow.com. You'll soon find truck history and diesel history apparel up on jackschromeshow.com, so if you'd like to support the channel, head on over and get to shopping. Use promo code YouTube at checkout to save 15% on your order. This show is made possible by our online chrome shop, Jack's Chrome. Head on over to our website, jackschromeshop.com, and check out our wide variety of headlights, bumpers, steering wheels, fenders, detail products, Jack's Chrome Shop exclusive posters, apparel, and so much more. Save stacks when you shop at Jack's and use promo code YouTube at checkout to save 15% off your order. Don't forget to tune into our channel on Monday for our podcast highlights and check out the live show on Chrome and Steel Radio, YouTube, and Facebook at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. Links to the podcast and everything else we mentioned in this video will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, see you next week, and remember guys, if your rig don't shine, you don't know Jack.